I remember the ping of my phone like it was a gunshot. I was sitting on the couch, scrolling through mindless videos, when her name popped up. I didn't think much of it at first. She texts me all the time. But this message, it froze me. I'm off birth control now. We have 2 weeks. I blinked, reread it, blinked again. My heart stopped. My stomach turned. My mind tried to rationalize. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's a typo. Maybe something, anything to make this make sense. But the calm, casual tone in the text crushed any hope that it was a misunderstanding. 2 weeks. Just like that, she had drawn a line, a plan. And somehow I was supposed to be involved, or complicit. I called immediately. No answer. I texted back, furious but shaking. What the hell does that mean? Her reply came almost instantly. You'll see. Don't worry. I threw the phone onto the couch and sank into the cushions, trying to breathe, trying to think, trying to convince myself that I hadn't read it correctly. But the fear in my chest told me I hadn't. I remembered the subtle changes over the past months. The late nights she claimed were work. The secretive messages she deleted too quickly. The excuses for meetings that didn't exist. My mind snapped back to the patterns I had ignored, the nagging gut feeling I had buried under trust and love. I couldn't believe she had done this. Planned something so intimate, so manipulative, without even talking to me. Without even considering my feelings. By the next evening, I confronted her. I found her in the kitchen, humming quietly, completely unaware, or maybe completely daring me to explode. Why? I demanded, my voice rising. Why would you send a message like that? What does it even mean? She looked up, blinking slowly, calm, almost amused. It means I'm taking control of my body. We've been stagnant. I want to feel alive again. I felt my stomach twist. Alive? By lying? By cheating? By planning a secret affair under my roof? My hands clenched into fists. I could feel anger and disbelief warping my chest into a knot. You can't just plan something like this behind my back, I said, voice shaking. You can't treat our relationship like a game. She smiled. Not warmly, not kindly. Just a slow, confident smirk that said she knew exactly the power she held. And she loved it. It's not a game. It's an opportunity. A chance to be honest with ourselves. Her words were poison wrapped in a sugar coat. I realized in that moment that honesty had nothing to do with her. This was manipulation. This was control. This was betrayal. I didn't know what to do. My mind raced, imagining scenarios I didn't want to imagine. The text, the smirk, the casual way she talked about something so personal. It was a slap in the face to every ounce of trust I had given her. I left the house that night. Didn't pack. Didn't explain. Just walked. I drove until the city lights blurred into a dull haze, my hands gripping the steering wheel until my knuckles burned. I thought about calling friends, calling family, but I didn't. I needed space to process, to think, to figure out how someone I loved could betray me so completely. Days passed. I stayed in a cheap motel, eating poorly, barely sleeping. I stared at the ceiling and replayed every conversation, every laugh, every subtle glance that I had ignored as normal. I realized that I had been blind. I realized I had ignored the signs of manipulation, of cheating, of planning behind my back. She called me after a week. Her voice was different this time, trembling, vulnerable. She begged me to come home, to forgive her, to understand. I didn't mean for it to get this far, she said. I just wanted to feel alive, to feel wanted. Please come back. I listened, quiet. I let her voice fill the room, but I didn't respond immediately. I felt nothing but the echo of betrayal, a hollow rage that no apology could fill. Finally, I said softly but firmly, I can't. Not now. Not ever, maybe. You didn't just break a promise. You broke trust. You broke me. I need to live my life without someone planning to cheat, and then daring me to accept it. She cried. I heard it over the phone, raw and desperate, but this time I felt nothing. Not love, not guilt, not desire, just clarity. In the weeks that followed, I rebuilt my life. I changed my number, moved apartments, focused on my health, my work, my friends. I refused to allow her manipulation to dictate my future. I learned that sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes trust, once shattered, can't be repaired. I thought about her text often. 2 weeks. That's all she had planned to carve out for herself, like it was a game board and I was just a piece. But in the end, I realized that the game had ended. She had lost control the moment I walked away. Years later, I still remember that ping, that sentence, that betrayal. I remember the shock, the fear, the anger. But I also remember the freedom, the life I built after her manipulation ended, the realization that some people are not meant to be loved, not because they can't love, but because they refuse to respect. And in that freedom, I finally felt alive.